Okay, you guys, this is kind of like an afterword for you on this Bowdrill thing. So the last couple of videos were videos that I did a number of years ago. So the one was like with the whiteboard. That one was further back. Then there was the knife where I did the actual Bowdrill fire. Okay. And anyway, so I'm going to come back to this first one that I did this morning. Okay. And why am I doing that? Because I want you to see that would be the end of the hearthboard at the very end, looking at the end. Okay. If you're looking through the board and there's the, there is the place where you did the burn in. And then why am I doing this? So that you could see the way I cut that is at an angle. I don't cut it straight up and down. Okay. I do it at an angle so the stuff comes down like a waterfall, right? So when you make your dust, it just falls out here, right? So as you can see, there is what looks to be dust there, a drawing of dust. Okay. So just to kind of give you that image in your mind of what you're looking for. I'm going to zoom back out. We'll talk about this a little bit more. Okay, so say, well, why do I need to talk about that a little bit more? Well, because you probably need to. Okay, so all the time, I see people. This happens all the time, even from quote-unquote experts, right? Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about getting yourself a tinder bundle ready, a bird's nest, and then making your ember, and then trying to gently toss it into the bird's nest, and then get your fire. That is not how I do it. I put something on the ground, okay, whether it's my piece of leather, because any of you guys have known about me for a long enough time, you know that I have a piece of leather that I do work on top of to get fire going and then transfer it, okay? Now, a lot of people have mimicked that, okay, which is fine. I want people to learn, and I want people to you know, adopt certain things that I do because they just work. But when we get our coal, instead of having like a leaf or whatnot under there that we're getting the coal onto and then transferring it into our tinder, forget all that noise. Put something on the ground, put your tinder on top, put your bird's nest on top, and then get that ember to go into your bird's nest as you're making it. Okay? Just do that. Right? Get your ember to go into your bird's nest. That way there's no transfer. There's no chance of you losing your ember. If you're in a life-threatening situation, you can't afford to just lose an ember and then start all over. Okay? That's fine when you're practicing at home. But when you're in a situation where you need to get that ember and you need to get a fire going, you know, cut out the things that will go against you being successful. You want to be successful. I mean, you want to be less, you know, you want to take out the variables that will cause you to fail. Okay, let's put it that way. So if you put your tinder on top of a small chip of wood or a leaf piece of leather or anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Put your tinder bundle on top of that, and then you put your hearthboard on top of that to where when you are doing the bow and drill and you're making dust, first you make the dust. That's what you're doing first. You watch previous videos, those facets on your spindle are what is drilling the wood to make the dust. Do not put too much pressure because you will drill through the hearthboard and you will not get an ember. More speed, less pressure, okay? Slight amount of pressure, a lot of speed. That's the success story right there. Okay, that's how you gain success. Having that, you don't even concern yourself with an ember when you first start. You concern yourself with making dust. You make the wood dust first. And then you pour on the speed, slight amount of pressure to get the heat. And then you ignite the dust. When you've ignited the dust, then you let it sit there for a minute and let the ember start igniting that whole pile of dust. You're going to just tap your little hearthboard, put it away where it's nice and comfy somewhere, and then you're going to sit there and you're going to work on that bird's nest. I try not to blow directly at the coal with my breath. Okay? Moisture is the enemy. So in a cold, wet environment or in a damp jungle environment, okay, always remember, especially, try not to get your breath into the ember. What you do is if you're going to have a bird's nest, you want to cover the ember slightly so that the moisture that comes out from your breath that you do not see with your naked eye touches the grasses or what have you that's part of your tinder on the outside, but doesn't make it through the little crevices to the inside. Then your oxygen makes it to the inside, gets that ember glowing, and ignites your fuel. Alright? So, after these several different videos combined with the new and the old and the new again, I'm hoping that it will help you. If you still need something further, all you have to do is ask. Just drop me an email, right? That's what it's for. You know, you don't have to sit back, you know, in the shadows. You don't have to sit back in the shadows and wonder, how do I do this or how do I do that or none of that, all right? Just let me know. I'll help you out. Okay? Remember, we help each other out. That's what this whole thing is about. Sharing knowledge. And, you know, I got some packs from the other day. I told you about those. You need a pack instead of going directly to the company. If it's one of the packs that you like, drop me a line. You know, help a brother out, right? Help a fellow bushcracker out. Help a survivalist out. Yeah. Need to help each other out. Eventually it will be only helping each other out. With old trade blankets like it used to be. It's going to be like that. You watch. Anyway, I'm off subject. But this will conclude the Bowdrill stuff. So, if I missed anything, questions, comments, drop a line. I always like helping people with their success, because that means that they are empowered. You know, they're empowered to get stuff done. And then I don't have to do it. I'll see you later.